Well, hello everybody. We are back, and we've done quite a bit without you guys here. That's because we found out it's much easier, isn't it, Noah, to do this without having to hold the camera in one hand.
Yeah.
So, what have we got done since we were gone last? Quite a bit, actually. Seats off. Still a lot of tools there. Belt pulleys off. Well, you saw us take the engine out. We've received our cherry picker, which kind of took us a few days, and I was gone at work without any time to do anything for several days. And we also have our motor mount here, and don't worry, we have a lot of cleaning to do in this shed before we get done. As you can see, this is the underside of the engine. We have the engine upside down right now. I'm gonna roll this around. The goal is to fill these up, clean them out, fill them up with ATF, try to knock the pistons loose from the bottom, and then I'm gonna get a sleeve puller and just pull the sleeves. But this little motor engine mount, engine stand, whatever you want to call it, real super handy for a little motor like this. Roll it around, you can move it anywhere you want, roll the engine over, real handy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these tires and wheels off before I start worrying about taking the torque tube off. We're going to get this thing all down kind of low to the ground. Relatively easily. Luckily these aren't big tires.
Yeah.
After we get this thing all apart, we got to do major cleanup in here and then really try to get this place buttoned up a little bit before the really cold weather gets here. Go Noah, it's NASCAR. Ah! Oh, they blows. Oh, I have to use a real wrench.
Oh
Wow.
no. The catastrophe. Here we go.
It's suspended, don't worry.
Roll it out.
I almost hate to change these tires, they're just not bad, but if we're going as far as we're going, we better get new tires. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not terribly expensive. Some
Do it for spare for when we run over an antler.
probably have to. Leave them on there for painting around.
Yeah.
Okay, we got her down on the jack stands and the jacks, and she's down on the ground now. What are you doing? Make it look like you know what you're doing. No, you're on camera. Got a bad thread on the end, don't it? Could you stand enough room for the impact? Note to self, whoever took these torque tube bolts off last, Loctited them back in. So we shall do the same. Here we go. There you go. Another assembly gone. All the hydraulic lines, some extension cord, light bar. A little jack up there, Noah. Let's see if we get her to break loose. Okay, hold it. It's not coming loose yet. Glad we didn't make that mistake again. One more bolt to go. Give her a lift. We still don't have the pump took out, but that's okay. Okay, hold it. I think she winked a little bit. Alright, come back up just a hair. Just wiggle it a little bit before we get crazy and start trying to really beat it out of there. Yeah, it's moving a little. Alright, let it back down. Watching this gap here. I had something to work with. We're going to play drop the torque tube on the brick. We're going to try to play that game, but sometimes. Ooh, look at all that sludge coming out of there. I thought we drained it. There's a little left. We're all but there. Oh, there it is. Alright, roll her back as far as you can. There we go. Perfect. There's all but going. That's what's left of your hydraulic fluid.
Ah.
There's that great big massive hydraulic fluid pump right there.
Huge.
Well,
Do a lot with that.
Getting smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Noah,
Mm-hmm.
fetch the manual. Or I mean, all 3 of the manuals that are in one book. Your hands are cleaner than mine. Noah, we said we wanted to work on tractors because we didn't want to have to stand upside down on our head like a car or a pickup and reach into dark places and where you could only get a quarter turn on a wrench at a time.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Closer. I've done worse.
Alright, we gotta be very careful here because it's our jack stands aren't real stable, but we do have the big jack under it. Alright, let's see if we can get this transmission moved. Alright, down. Ooh, that went a long way down, didn't it? Alright, we're gonna have to get some pry bars in here. Okay, this part of the video is see if we can knock this rear axle on our tub off the jack stands. Oh, let's see. Okay. She's a moving. No, I may have you cut the camera and hold the cherry picker backwards.
Okay.
There's just no safe way to film this, people. Sorry. Take her away. Transmission coming on. Now, I believe our main problem with this transmission is that bearing right there is frozen. We'll get her on the ground, and I told you this tractor gets smaller. I think we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our original plan was to get these wheels off, and I do have that, and it was stuck on there. I do have that ready to come off the inside, I would say, hubs of these wheels. But now I'm thinking that what we have to do here is pull these bull gears, and I may need those on there for leverage to hold the axle while I'm spinning those big taps on there. We gotta get the bull gears off. As you can see, there was what caused our issue to start with, I think.
Here we go. Pull that.
Can you go all the way? Oop, don't drop it. There we go. What's that bearing look like? Rough?
This one?
What's he spinning like? Oh, she shot. Bad shot. You know what that is. And here is the culprit that started it all. I've explained to you guys before how this happened. But it has tooth knocked out there, tooth knocked out there, cracked all the way along there. And that is what happens when, like I said, I always wanted, even as a young kid, when this motor got stuck, I had always wanted this thing free. And so I was probably told not to mess with it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I was, so don't mess with that thing. We started driving this around the yard with my brother Juan on it, and I was pulling it with an old Ford pickup. We didn't know anything. Left the spark plugs in, just pull it as fast as we could and slam it in gear and then dump the clutch, because that would surely free it up. Well, now that I'm older and I got some sense, I know that it's not a good way to do it at all. But if you were going to do it that way, at least pull the spark plug so you're not hydro locking everything. Anyway, that was the end result. Eventually those teeth got in there, locked up the differential, and after that happened, we couldn't even pull it like to a lean-to or a shed, so it just sat for 25 years. And that's what froze up all the bearings. The entire thing got full of water. But thus far, that's the major culprit right there. And this is how you unscrew the bull gear bolt. Yes, I did have one piece of the key that didn't come out, but that's alright. Glad I left that wheel on now. I was kind of curious what kind of shape this bull gear was in. Yeah.
Crack.
I would say she's broke. Luckily they tend to sell these bull gears on eBay. It looks like we're going to need both of them. Even though the teeth aren't gone on this one.
Big crack.
Teeth are about to be gone on this one up there. Well, our plan was to use the wheel, but it actually came off by itself, so that might make things a little more difficult. You're almost there, Noah. It's gonna be heavy. Is it heavy? That is gonna require some cleanup.
5,000 years later.
That's quite the job. Let's check this bearing. That's not too good.
That was a bit rough.
Alright. Well, guys, this is about as far apart as you can get a case V.A.C. into its major components, I believe. That was a job getting that other axle out. So yeah, rear end, transmission, torque tube, engine, front pedestal over there, and gear pulley, or sorry, belt pulley. But anyway, these gears and anything that might be wrong, which I'm pretty sure that's the frozen bearing right there. It's just been sitting in the water. We'll start working on pulling this apart after we rebuild the rear end. Pressure wash it, get stuff ready to paint once we get heat in here. Alright, we'll see you guys later.